Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Surprise! I'm streaming on a Monday. I don't normally do this, but I had some time. Mainly because my trip to the gym was rained out by sideways rain. Good old-fashioned Nova Scotian November. And I really wanted to fix the mistake that I made yesterday. Well, not mistake. I didn't finish the aluminum factory. I forgot about the last hookup for limestone. And so I want to try and sort that out while it's fresh in my mind rather than waiting half a week. So we'll take a look at that, and we'll take a look at one of the recipes that I want to adjust as well. We might as well do that from up here. And since we're up here, I can let everyone know that might be new to the stream that this is all based off of Devastator, the 1980s Transformer Decepticon combiner. You can sort of see it a little bit if you look at the image on the right-hand side. His upper legs, you can see some of the shape language that I kind of took from that with the front. I'm excited to kind of finish off this front area and have it look a little bit more done, and then decorate the insides. But one of the things we may have to adjust is the number of iron smelters that we're using, because we may not need screws, or at least not as many screws as we are currently producing, and I think that will help us out in the long run. I think, you know, if I was to do this over again, I think I would have spent a lot more time doing hard drive hunting and getting alternative recipes. That said, we only just learned or just got the ability to re-roll the hard drives when you don't get the recipe that you want. Previously, we had to consume the hard drive and just kind of grab an alt recipe. But one of the recipes that we want to look at is for heavy modular frames. So we now have this recipe that needs more modular frames, but no screws. It replaces screws with straight up concrete. And we're going to be making a lot of concrete. So I'll have to run the numbers, but it's going to be beneficial for us to run the limestone currently going into this production for industrial beams and run it into another production. So hopefully it'll work out. Oh, Boo, good to see you. Dan, good to see you. Cosmic, of course, and someone from down under. Tony Hancock, welcome in. Good to see you. I think so. The limestone we need to work on is belted down there, as well as here. Actually, you know what? That's it right there. So yeah, we'll go down this way. So in here is where we are making all these screws up on the third floor. 1,600 cast screws per minute. And we need screws, but not that many. So that will free up all of this iron, as well as I think iron from above, if I'm not mistaken. It also means that we will not have to run these 4 belts of screws all the way along. So that will eliminate that. It will then free up that iron that we have flowing right over there and allow us to put that iron into our steel and finish up the steel production. And that's good because it needs ingots, and we are going to need we're going to need pipes, more pipes, for the additional capacity for heavy modular frames. So there is where the concrete stops. So we're going to redistribute that. I think it's going to stay on that lane. Can't see why it wouldn't. No reason to change it up again. What was that bottom lane here? Oh, it's pipes. Okay. Pipes. Pipes, pipes, pipes. Those may change. I guess we'll keep the concrete right where it is. So we need to line this up for an intake along here. And the intake needs to be this lane here. So we'll have to go a little bit farther. I need to extend my hub here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do you know it needs ingots? Are you sure the big red sign needs ingots? Isn't it tip off? Well, there's that. It does help. Need a couple things here. Switch to the hover pack. I don't know where we've got power coming in here somewhere. Oh, that was the wrong door. I think this was it, wasn't it? Yep, limestone. I guess we could be dropping this down, couldn't we? Because we now actually get more room along here. I think I have to keep these. Yeah. I might be able to get rid of these though. Almost. Not the end of the world. So we could actually have extra lanes there if we want to. Or in this case, probably just drop it down. And honestly, I don't know whether to leave the bottom things for other materials. It's probably the best way to go. So we'll just continue this along here. And that way this will be for maybe aluminum. And it was right here. The old subfloor. So we'll grab, I guess, a smart splitter. Now I'm doing that on purpose so you don't have to connect things funny, because the patch hasn't come out yet for it. And oh, that's going to be kind of a pain. Maybe we should bring it down one more over here. don't think it'll really matter. I'd probably want to keep it above the ground anyway. That's what we'll do. We'll go straight. I'll make a wall hole here. That's just one spot down. Yeah. Oh, we've got another belt coming. This needs 2 belts. That's right. Whoops. And I guess I'll do that. I was going to take it straight across, but then I realized I'd be cutting off this belt space if we did that. Oop. Fell off the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that didn't work out very well, did it? I wish there was in-between increments for that. Guess there's not. Alright, we'll just take it right down to the floor then. Really wish you could change that. I've got a solution for that. And if that's the case, don't want that there. Yeah, they're not connecting to that, which sucks. I think I talked about that yesterday. So that will come out down here. We'll have to do a little zoop. We'll do another wall hole here. Actually, I should have made that smaller platform. That's why it didn't line up. So those will be the 2 lines of 1200 plus concrete we need to bring in. The other line is going to be down here. I need to find a space for it. So really this is a good example of that, of thinking that you were done a project and then adding 6 more jobs to the to-do list. Yeah, I failed to realize just how much concrete we needed. Sorry, not concrete. How much limestone we needed. So for people that need to know, we can show this. This is, where are we in the production here? We're looking at aluminum. So essentially, this part here, aluminum scrap, has 2 outputs, scrap and water. Water being like a byproduct. And you can't just destroy water in the game. You have to then turn it into something solid, and then you can turn it into, you can push it into something else. So at the moment, what I forgot to do was hook up the limestone, which is what we're needing to turn the water into concrete. Now we're using concrete a bunch of other places, so it's good to have an extra 864 concrete. The problem is I needed 1296 limestone, which I need to find. And what makes this tricky, this could have been a lot simpler had I not had the refinery go up. We still have kind of a little extra oomph with that 1 extra refinery, and that was to kind of make everything look good. We would still have an extra 120 limestone if we had 11 refineries. So instead of 1296, we'd have like 1320 or something. So we're just a little bit below that. But we need to source this limestone. And the way I'm doing that is pulling from the heavy modular frames. We're using limestone here. And we don't need to, because we're turning that limestone into concrete and then turning that concrete into encased industrial beams. So instead of making concrete in this setup, I'm going to make concrete in the aluminum setup, and instead of sending it to storage in an awesome sink to destroy it, I'm going to send it to the other production line. And then this production line is going to get changed because we now no longer need screws. So that's good. But the aluminum thing is what needs to change right now. I'm not sure where we're getting the other 96. I'm sure we can come up with it, but I don't have it offhand right now. There are a couple of spots nearby that we can get it from, but there is a limestone belt that's already partially sorted. So we can do one of 2 things with these limestones 18 and 19, which I did talk about yesterday. We can buff these and keep the belts this way as they are. However, I think it's going to be easier to combine it down into one belt, because we can take both of those nodes. They're down here. There's 18 and 19. And if we overclock them, we'll get 300 each. And that's 600. So that gives us the 1200 of the 1296. We could also just grab one of these and belt it over too. And maybe that's going to be the easiest thing to do. Because I think any other concrete I'm going to use, I'm probably going to grab closer stuff. Or I'm going to make wet concrete with pure nodes and just make an absolute ton. But I don't see us needing that much more concrete. It's pretty easy to come by. So this might be a good opportunity to tap one of these things here, because these belts are already here. So I'll make sure that I've got some power shards on me. I only have 3. I'll need more than 3. Quick question from some early game. Just found coal power. Should I keep my main factory where it is and route power to it, or move closer to the power? What are some early setup mistakes you wish you knew? The tricky thing about coal is that coal, as of update 5 or 6, needs water. So what you should do to save yourself some time, energy, and frustration is build your coal plant close to water. Don't worry about getting power to your base, because now these exist in the game. They are power towers. They're massive. And they take power cables a really long way. So you can get power anywhere in the game a lot faster now. And your power towers are unlocked in... not tier 1. 3 maybe? There's coal power. No, that's steel production. Okay, so tier 4, you get power towers. So you got to get to steel, but you'll get power towers. In the meantime, you can run them with regular power cables, but power towers will be good for you in the long run. But that's tier 4. But yeah, the real problem is the amount of water that you need. And so taking water a short distance to the coal plant is preferable. Yeah, that's the best way to do it, I would say. I've got the advantage of building this this huge base right next to the ocean, so I've got water available to me whenever I want it. So it's a lot easier to do. To do the stuff that I'm doing now with water, I have it all set up. But what area of the map are you playing in? Grassy Fields, the green space to the south? Down this way? That's not... yeah, it'd be down here. I put my coal power plant usually around this little lake. There's also this area here in the crater. But there's like a lake there, and there's a lake there. You're using that very lake? Yeah, okay, cool. That's a solid spot. I think you can get something like 6 water extractors in there, so you could do a lot of power to sustain yourself for a little while there. I did that in my Metroplex playthrough. There's VODs on YouTube, Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube. If you look for the Metroplex series, there should be a playlist, and then look for the title where it's like coal power or something like that. You'll probably see how I set it up. It's not the prettiest. It was more of a get it done in order to get between there and coal, or not coal, fuel. But did okay. Okay, we got lots of power shards, so that's good. I don't really want to use them in normal nodes, but the closest pure nodes are really far away. I could belt those up. Those are really close too. So what do we think? It's kind of like 6 and 1/2 dozen of the other. We have belts of concrete that are right there, but then I have concrete nodes. They're not belted, but I feel like they're closer to this end of the base. So there it is right there, I think. Yeah, there's concrete right there. So I could bring the concrete in along this line and start like a rear bus going underneath there. That might be worth doing. What's that, copper? Yes. And it's not being used, I don't think. I feel like this might be easier. And then we can use that other concrete for topping things up, maybe. And that way, this 600 concrete, if we take it from back here, the 600 concrete would be finite. Like we wouldn't have to, it wouldn't spill over into anything. It would just be used for what we're working on. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I need to get rid of these ramps and try to figure out the back end of this thing anyway. So we don't have a ton of space down here. But we do have some. I would probably push this back a bit. Oh, he's lost his animation. I wish there was a way to disable individual mobs in the game, because I would definitely ditch those guys. I gotta check to see how I did this main bus. I think the middle is singles, and then the outside is doubles, although to be careful how we do that. Yeah, so the middle is singles. So I may... This is only one wide. We could always change that. Always change that on the inside too. What do I need to bring in from out here? This is copper. That's copper. Iron. Quite a lot of nodes out here. Oh, wow. 1, 2. We're going to want as many as possible. I feel like we could probably still do the same pattern. Because this way we can still pull it down the way that we want. This might not be something that holds as many belts as I thought it was going to. Or we may have to have some sort of distribution here where these belts become, we'll say thinner, I guess. And I kind of want to change this. Actually, that can just be free. That doesn't have to be like that. Oop, we can just... That may not work with the rock there, but we'll see. All right. There you are there. Good news is it should be pretty straightforward to bring it along. Are there any friends down there? Yeah, it looks like there's some bugs. Victory is mine. Oh, was this? No, this isn't pure. This is normal. Top part was pure. Oops, autosave. 10 out of 10 would watch Bug Zap again. Nice. Tony, if you have any other questions, by all means, let me know. I mean, I know that some people prefer to sort of figure things out on their own, so I get that too. Did I bring a miner? I don't think I did. Can't build those yet. So it doesn't quite fit on one. And I was missing modular frames too, wasn't I? Yep. All right. Figure that out. New jetpack fuel is awesome. Modular frames. And portable miners. Do I just make those on the go? Maybe I just make those as I need them. I would say yes. Nope, got two right there. Beautiful. This is the great thing about this new jetpack fuel. Like, we can totally make this. We probably could have made it before too, but just so easy. So we'll point it that way. Guess maybe we'll change these. The half foundations. Gives us a little room to stick something out the front. Although we're probably going to make this zigzag a little bit. We'll need 3 of those. And we'll take that straight out that way. I wish that the miners were on the world grid. It always bugs me that they're not. So when I do sites like this, I try to just create something that looks cool. It looks like it's intentional. Maybe we'll do an angled wall or something. And we'll probably go up above this. This will be temporary. And I think I'm going to bring this on the bottom one, so there's 3. So 1, 2, 3. So this is only 300, so it only needs to be a Mark IV belt. But we might as well make it a Mark V just for future proofing. And we have to switch this. This is where the hologram stuff comes in very handy. That's right, that way. And that's right, that way. But I can't change it now. That's annoying. You can't change the height of them, which is too bad. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I did this up in the red forest. That's just a quick way to get beams or belts along. And can delete all the stuff in between. And then I just have to worry about how to get power up there. I believe I've got power going down this thing up here. So we can bring power down along the side, I guess. Didn't really think about the power needing to go down. I was only thinking about the power going along the route. So the pipes are kind of in the way. We'll do a little route here. And I guess we'll just go all the way down. Not quite as pretty. Be a little bit of a crooked line, but it'll do. Oh. Should I go all the way down to the ground? Yeah, we should go all the way down. Then just figure out what height that is. Right. Couple meters underneath. I forgot that you can plug these into the side. Maybe not the straightest. So even though these are just quick mining operations, I do try to make them at least look like they're sorted. And we need chainsaw. Everything else is good. So that's rocking and rolling. Looks like a little outpost. Now I just have to add in next level. So it's just 2 below. They do this thing in the game where they make the trees rustle, and it sounds like there's spiders coming for you. Oh, that was moving. Okay. I didn't realize that was there. I have a solution for you. Bye-bye. Now this, unfortunately, is going to be right in the waterfall. So maybe we'll create something that's not a full tower. Just for fun. I'll come back and finish that design some other time, but I think that'll probably work. And because pipes have the same distance between their supports as belts do, we should have this all lined up, no problem. This goes right along to there. And unfortunately, well, you don't really notice it when there's stuff on the belt. I saw the rock poke through, but as long as there's something on the belt, you don't really notice it. Not the best. Actually, that has to come up anyway. I guess I could just bring it in here. Learning lots just watching, but we'll be sure to shout it out. If you have any tips on writing a thesis whilst watching Twitch as a distraction, then please let me know. Sorry, unfortunately that I can't help you out with. I was an art history minor and did not do very well with it. This should just go straight in like this. So usually the idea here is that we'll want to keep this low. We've got some room, but not much. I feel like I was going up in major increments. Oh, there's a thing there. I don't think we can blow these up. Which is annoying because they're really tiny. That's dumb. Unless it's related to the story, maybe. That could be it. Alright, so basically I'm creating like a reverse input coming in the back here. I think this has got stuff underneath it too. Yeah, there's a giant rock there. So one thing we can do, similar to what we've done in other places, is just have these things go straight through the obstructions. We'll just create a belt face here. and then an exit on the other side and just connect it if we can get that far. I obviously have not cleaned up this part of the base yet. After the update 8, we got all this growth coming back in. Marcus, hello. How's it going? We could get that pretty far. Where we have to take it is just over here, though. At a certain point, it might be worth shooting over. So there's our input there. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna be worth it to send it sideways. Because I don't know yet where the best way to take all this stuff in the back of Devastator is gonna be. So while it would be cool to see it, to be able to track it, at a certain point, I don't want these things to conflict. So we have to decide where this ends, and I don't know where that is yet. So it's probably going to be worth our while to just create a small platform underneath here. And go sideways. Yep, that's what we'll do. Well, it's getting dark, so that means I'm going to take a short break, get on the train here. There we go. If you're new to the channel, folks, I take a break once an hour. Gives me a chance to step away, grab a drink, all that stuff. You get to ride the break train. Should be about 5 or 6 minutes. I'll be right back. Well, that timing worked out well. Thank you, Cosmic. Turn off the old self-driving. I looked before the game, but there wasn't anything I could do about turning down the train volume. I think it's only loud for me. I feel like I'm shouting over it. So I just realized that this line that we're about to run downstairs actually needs to be combined with another line because that's only a only 300 coming in. And wouldn't you know, there's a limestone line right here from that other limestone node. I don't know what the bottom track is for. Maybe it's from copper. An old early part of the base. So we'll just bump this guy up to 300. Double check the number. Guess I won't do it while I'm on it. We'll have to change the belt too. Once we get new miners, we could essentially solve this problem very easily. Let's see here. That is 13 and 9. Why is that 13? 7, 8, 12, 10, 11. I guess I was going east to west. Yeah, 9. 9 and 13. Okay. And this one we're just going to go with regular Mark IVs. Because this is probably going to get moved. But I want it working for now until I find a better solution. This is going to get shut down, so that's good. This was just making concrete for us personally. We were using it to build the power station. So this is all good. We are bringing that in there. Can go straight through there. Is there any reason why these are here? Probably just that little bit. That's probably why they were there. Just to cover that up. And I don't even do that very well. Oh, that would have been farther back. Right. It's not the end of the world. We'll bring this straight across. And then we'll merge it with this line. there. And I'd like to see where that's going if I can. Oh, autosave. I want to do this on the outside. I probably want to do this on the outside of this wall. Probably the better way to do it. We're just going to keep it straight. Comes down there. And I guess we have to figure out where this is going. Probably going to need to put it on the ceiling for this to work. So we're actually going to put it onto this line, I think. So we'll switch that up on the other side. We'll have to move that back over to the left again. Well, that's going to be a pain in the butt. Whatever. So we've got 1, 2 on the left, right lane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I should be able to get it from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can just bring it over from here. Now, hopefully, that lines up with the belt. And for simplicity's sake, we'll just line up the merger here. Weirdly, it's not giving me a line there. That's good. And can't tell. Oh, unlocked it. Well, there we go. That should work. Oh, I'm out of beams. I was like, why can't I build it? Not too far. I desperately need a hypertube down here. Could be just some dust that the wind blew into a corner. That's exactly what I was thinking, you know? I was like, you know, that kind of just looks like debris sand. We did build this giant facility in the desert. So there's that. That's the wrong tube. Oh no, that's the right one. Yeah, this whole back area is going to be really crazy. I'm hoping to be able to fit some cool stuff back here, but we're limited as far as space goes. So this is now combining into 600. And that is a nice, lovely straight line. So we're continuing the tradition of the subfloor. That's not right. Let's do a ceiling instead. So that lane will come down here. I'm going to delete these so we can see what we're doing. This is going to be in the way, unfortunately, but we will have to ignore all that. This is all going to get hidden, so I'm not really too worried about it. Right, so that is now coming in there. That means this is going to go away. And we've got to move this splitter again. Oh, that did not go where it was supposed to go. So we've got 600 coming in here and 600 coming in here. And now we just need to hook up these two lanes. And so that is going to involve probably me removing this floor briefly. To be able to see what's going on better. And we'll get the hover pack. Really hard to see. Maybe we'll just do it down here. Nope, that's not right. So the hologram looks like it goes over, but it doesn't. Okay. That's 5, 6. 7. Oh, I've got the whole place turned off. That's why there's no power in here. It's like, why can't I fly? Because I've turned the place off. Okay. All right. Concrete per minute is... Limestone per minute is 120. So these all need to be Mark II. That's 3. 4. 5. And then we'll do these ones. Cool. And then the underside, I just need to figure out where I'm going to put the splitters. And I would say that's the right lane. Not sure what it's lining up with. I guess that. But I want it to be... Yep. Okay. I'm going to change my customizer too. Save me some painting down the line. Having just finished placing and regretting my life choices amongst the black concrete leaves and frog lights in Minecraft, kind of jealous of how quickly it is to place stuff in Satisfactory. Yeah, I really do like this. Like when I play Minecraft first and then I play Satisfactory on like a double stream, I really like the that feeling, you know, that increase in speed. So let's just think here. We've got 600, and each one of these, except for the first one, is taking 120. That should be 5 of them, right? Yep. So with the exception of this one overclock, which we have to run overclocked in order to keep the water flowing, because we've got 1080 water coming out of these, right? It's 120 per minute, unfortunately. I guess we could do some clocking and kind of dial things back a bit. So yeah, we'll do this first belt, we'll do all 5 of these. In a better system, had I been better at logging this all together, I could have done... I think there's a way to balance this, but I just don't know what that could be with the way that I have it set up now. So this won't have any overflow. We have to worry about this getting extra. So we might have to bring in extra for that one. Sanjay Dub gifted a tier 1 sub to Tony Hancock. Sanjay Dub, thank you very much. That's amazing. And is that 2 months for the gift sub? Let me check Twitch. No, it's Tony's second month, but is a tier 1 sub from Sean J. Dub. Appreciate it. Thank you ever so much. That means that this line here, which is 600 but potentially could be more in the future. And then with this line, we can just go all the way down here. It might be worth it to keep them on this side just because it gets really messy this way. That wasn't right at all. Then this last two, I need one more splitter. It might honestly be easier to run this around the back. Because that's going to be gross looking. Yeah. I don't like it. I know you don't like it. But if it's gonna work, it's gonna work. So I need to be able to go out into that one. And then have these two split in this direction. Nope, don't want to slide. I'm going to get these out of the way. And then I'm going to grab that. That can go this way. And then the belt from here should be able to come out of this and go straight into there. So in, and then this gets split 3 ways, and that's fine. To the last 2. It's gross, but it'll work. And then These two need Mark IIs. And then this just has to go back. Oh, won't go that far. Right, that should all be hooked up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of this extra subfloor that we don't need. And then it's just a matter of setting that smart splitter out on the main bus, and we should be good to go. Well, and we got to hook it up too. So left output, limestone. Overflow goes forward, and then none on the right. And now I just need to unhook this one. And honestly, I don't think I really have to unhook anything. I can just say yes, overflow, and I'll switch this to none. So that changes our limestone over. Looks like it's working. Machines are not powered, so they're not taking anything in. However, because we have remote power now, I can just go anywhere where I have a power switch and turn aluminum back on. So eventually, these should start to get limestone. Why are you not getting limestone? Hello? If those don't connect to the splitters, I'm gonna be mad. I gotta check each one now. That's working. That's working. Good. Good. Sorry for all the flashing. That means that concrete should be coming out this side. There we go. So this concrete is currently just being destroyed. Amount of stuff on the main bus is crazy. Yeah, pretty fun. All right, so this is currently just being sent down to Awesome Sinks, but that is not its final destination, because now what we've done, if you remember from the early part of the video, up here, this was the limestone line that we cut off. It was feeding those machines. They were making concrete. You can see the last of it coming up here. And that was all going into this spot right here, and then being distributed for our plant upstairs. So all I need to do is just get this line filled with concrete again. So I can take it from right there. I don't have to adjust any of that. I can just pull that probably from one of those lines and bring it over. And it should be pretty easy to line up. This goes away. So we can remove all of this. There's no need to keep this. I'm going to leave the splitter there just in case. Maybe I should leave the whole thing there. I'll leave this, but I'll delete this last end part. Because it's not going to go down that way, I don't think. I would like to bring it right across here, although that's cutting off a lot of space. So it might be better to come underneath this thing. What is in here? Lots of space. Okay. We could probably just go straight across. That's what we're gonna do. Probably gonna be easier to merge it down here. So we'll just, yeah, we'll just put in a door here. What are we putting out? I guess I gotta check my spreadsheet here. Hold on. So 864 is the output. What do I need? I think I only need half of that. Heavy modular frames. Concrete. Concrete required. Currently is 400, but I'll check the alternate recipe. So as long as we have at least 400 heading that way, we should be good. Currently. And each line has got 5, and they're each producing 120. No, they're each producing 80. So one line should be good. I'll probably take the far left line, whichever is easiest. Yeah, because what we can do here is this a merger. It's a merger. I'm going to replace that, which we can do this now. The smart splitter. Can't match all connections. dumb. Autosave interruption. So I do have room to run this under the floor, but I'm not doing it just because I want to be able to see it and track it later. So we're going to do overflow to, oh, sorry. This is the way it's facing. So we do overflow to the left. We do concrete straight, and then nothing coming right. And that's 480. Did I do that right? I guess I could have put it here, couldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. That way it'll be a splitter like normal. And I want it yeah, I guess I'll do it in the middle. Tight spaces. All the holograms. Okay, so this now goes overflow, none to the left, and right would be concrete. We need at least 400 right now. And that just has to connect to this. And that's in the middle. Should work. Of course. I think it's 3. That's not great. Okay. What we'll do is we'll move this. I know that this isn't the final way that this is going to go, so I want to make sure I can visually track it and be able to sort it out without hiding too much underground. So that should take exactly what it needs to continue the encased industrial beam production. And then anything that doesn't make it in there will get sent on to the awesome sinks. The only catch is that we're not putting in enough limestone. We are 96 limestone per minute short. Despite the fact that this is stuttering, it should be all going. See, this is only at 55, but the other ones should be at 100. Or that's the plan. Getting there. It's got plenty of both. I wonder why it's not producing at 100%. Oh, maybe it's not getting enough water. There we go. That's what's happening. So that's maybe the bauxite not having enough going on. There's a lot of troubleshooting yet to have happen. This is just straight up idle. Okay. There's no water coming out of that? What is going on? Coal. Maybe more valves needed. That got that started. And now that's going. Weird. There's definitely some quirks going on. Given what you've already set up, how nervous are you feeling with a setup like this? I don't know what you mean. Looks like everything's going. I'm expecting a couple of yellow lights, but everything should be green. These should be fine. Not enough water. So that's weird. That's a pipe problem. I wonder if these floor holes are causing problems. Now that I got power, I can fly around again. Yeah, so the water is just straight up not going through the floor hole. Now it is, but it should be a lot faster than that. What's going on there? I'm wondering if I should change that to an indicator pipe. It might look cooler too. So that's working again. So the only challenge with this kind of thing is like when something stops, obviously the chain reaction also stops, which pulls everything else down with it. That's all going. 100%. 100%. 100%. I think that's the same place, that top part. Sure. Why is this down? Bauxite. Weird. We've got a bauxite flow issue. Yeah, they all stop. Weird that one of them is still going. It's obviously when the train comes in and goes out, right? But we will want to address that. And that's why I wanted to run the test before I started doing all kinds of production upstairs. Right, so we still got ingots flowing. Obviously the production downstairs is spotty, so the production upstairs is going to be spotty. But at least the concrete is flowing. I guess that's the tricky part about having our concrete of other things based on an export or a byproduct, is that if this aluminum factory breaks down, then our heavy modular frame factory is going to break down too. So the fact that the bauxite has such a long wait between runs is not good. So we will have to sort out why that is happening. Yeah, pipes can be tricky, I agree. So we'll check the throughput on the train. I know the math is right, but there's probably belt issues, would be my guess. So that what should be happening here is 300 per minute. 338. This is 450. 491. 600 per minute. 496. That's not good. And 600 per minute. 496. Why are we getting such little return? Those are all Mark 5s. Got Mark 4. But see, that runs out. So I feel like I maybe should be doing some load balancing here instead of underneath the aluminum facility. Those are all Mark 5s. Five. No little segments or anything. All looks like 5s. I probably have to do some spreadsheeting. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Well played, Cosmic. I dig it. Yeah, so already that little belt is empty. Oh, what's happening there? Why are you being split off and going... That's not good. There should be no overflow there. I think I might have too many overflow protections. I think this is the old bauxite connection. Yeah. None of this needs to exist. Right, so that takes care of that mistake. What should be happening here is bauxite to the right and then nothing going forward, or overflow going forward. No, we're forcing it all out. This line just goes straight in. And now the top line is done. Yep. I'm going to have to look into some spreadsheet stuff. That should not be happening. The belts are faster than what we're bringing in, but that shouldn't matter. Because I think the total bauxite... Yeah, there's 1,800. There should be 1,800 coming in because that's what's coming into the train. And then there should be an overflow of 150. So we should have more than enough. So the fact that we don't means that I've miscalculated something. It's probably all the crazy load balancing at the other train station. I will have to look at that. But unfortunately, that's where I'm going to wrap things up. It is time for my dinner. Just a shorter stream today, squeezing it in at the end of my Monday work day. The good news is we are at least making some aluminum. So it's not running 100% efficiently, which is going to be an issue for our concrete production. But it does mean that we can hook up a couple of temporary machines and get some of these ingots, instead of being destroyed, we can just start making cases. So aluminum, we can start banking all-clad sheets and aluminum casing again, because we need those for construction down the line. These are for Mark V belts, and then these, I can't remember what exactly those are used for. That's just the recipe for them. They get used in things like heat sinks or batteries. But I feel like there's buildings that those are made of too. Can't remember what buildings might use them. It might be like blenders or something. Yeah. So we need them to make building constructions. So we'll have to get a couple of those. But that's just a matter of like getting 1 or 2 constructors here, siphoning this off for now. And that'll get us some extra stuff. This does look cool when it's flowing. It's too bad that I can't showcase that. We might try to do something maybe in the floor instead of just along there. We'll see. Either way, let's just double check to see who's streaming. Probably not anybody playing Satisfactory. Oh, you know what? Total Eclipse is streaming. And they've got a big announcement today. So let's fire everybody over to Total Eclipse. Always a good stream. I think you will enjoy your time there. Thanks so much for hanging out. Be sure to check out my other content over at joelduggan.com. That includes my podcast about Minecraft, The Spawn Chunks. Brand new episode came out today, as well as my sci-fi and fantasy podcast called The Citadel Cafe. And that is over at thecitadelcafe.com. Thanks for the gift subs today. I really appreciate all the support, and I appreciate all the follows. We will see you all the next time I stream, hopefully tomorrow, but we'll have to see. I've got some work to do. And last but not least, check out Patreon. It's one of the best ways to support the stream. Just a cup of coffee a month, and you get access to my Discord, and you help me do more content. I really appreciate it. We'll see you all later. Enjoy your time with Total Eclipse.